Welcome to day 9 of the boot camp. Day 9, right? I'm losing track at this point. I don't know. I've been giving you guys every piece of game possible inside of this boot camp, and this is arguably one of the most important parts. We're going to be going over backtesting. Backtesting is extremely important if you want to be a successful day trader. You have to backtest. I give this analogy all the time. Backtesting is like practice is for an athlete. Imagine you play in the NBA, but the only time you play basketball is when you have a game. You are going to absolutely freaking suck compared to the dude that shows up in the gym and practices every single day, regardless if he has a game or not. Now think of practice in terms of trading as backtesting. I'm going to show you guys not just what backtesting is, how to do it, the things that you need to remember when you're actually backtesting so it can be as valuable and you're not wasting your time when you're backtesting. I'm also going to give you guys the platforms you can do it on. Yes, you can do it on TradingView, but there's another platform that I like using as well. I'm going to dive into all of that. This is extremely important, and what I want you guys to do after you watch through this is go and implement the backtesting. All the strategies that we went over previously inside of this entire bootcamp, take those strategies and backtest them. See how they work. This is how you practice them. This is how you put them into play. And this is how you master them. Without further ado, let's get into it. I've mentioned backtesting a few times inside this video. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly how you backtest. One of the most important things you need to do as new traders. Think of it like this. Backtesting to traders is like practice is for athletes. If you're a basketball player, you're trying to get good at playing basketball, but the only time you play basketball is when you have a game, you're going to suck compared to someone who plays basketball every day for hours a day, no matter if they have a basketball game or not. Same thing when it comes to backtesting. You need to put in the time to backtest. I want you to think right now, I don't know what field you guys are in for work, or if you do anything, right? Whatever hobby you have right now, whatever skill you think you're good at, I want you to rewind to the first day when you first started doing it and think about how much you sucked compared to how you are right now. The only reason you got good at it, whether it's your job or a hobby or a career, whatever it is, the only reason you got good at it is because you put so much time and repetition into it over the last months or years or however long it's been. Same thing when it comes to trading. This is a career that you need to put time into. You need to work towards it. You need to get familiar with the charts. You need to get familiar with being able to spot support or resistance, with spotting these trends, with spotting these squeezes, with spotting all these things on the chart. And the fastest way to do it is with backtesting. Reason being is if you're coming on the charts every single day and just looking for your setups, yeah, maybe you'll find 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 opportunities a day. But that's only 3 reps that you get in every single day. It's going to take you so long to get to a level of understanding where you feel confident in your trading. But with backtesting, you can actually trade or take hundreds of trades in one day. Therefore, getting you more familiar with the charts much faster versus you trying to just do it in the live markets. So what is backtesting? How do we do it? And then we're going to go over also the best practices when it comes to backtesting. Because as I said, with backtesting, you need to track things. Trading is really all about data. It's all about patterns, as we've mentioned before. But in order for you to understand the patterns and know the patterns, you need to track what you're doing. Because right now, I promise you, if you start trading, maybe you remember the trades you took yesterday or last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. But you cannot tell me the trades that you took a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And if you don't have that data, if you don't have that tracking, you can't learn from it. So it's important that we do track these things. But first of all, let's just go over how to actually backtest. If you have TradingView and you've purchased the, I forget what plan you need to be able to have this replay feature. I'm sure you can go to the website and see, but you'll have this replay feature right here. You've kind of seen me using it a little bit, going over the strategies, but essentially what it is when you press this, you're able to actually like go to any point. Let's say I want to go right here, and it will delete all the other candlesticks in front of it. And what that allows me to do, it allows me to trade as if I'm trading at this time right now, and I can't see anything else that happens. So it allows me to not cheat. Now, if you wanted to back test regularly, you could come here and be like, oh yeah, this is a resistance zone right here. And I would have at this point taken a sell right here and made some money when it sold down for a little bit. Or I would have taken this breakout right here. But the only reason you're saying you would have done all this is because you already see what actually happened. With using this replay feature, it forces you to actually do what you would actually do, because you don't know what I don't know what's going to happen after here. I haven't memorized the charts to know exactly what would happen after. So that's why this replay feature is super, super cool. But all you do to use it is, like I said, the first time you press it, you'll see this blue line pop up.
and you'll just click wherever on the chart. Now, realistically, what I like to do, I like to just scroll back and sometimes even just close my eyes so I don't see anything and there's no possible way for me to cheat. And I'll just go back to a random time and I'll click on it. So I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what price is about to do next. And then once I'm there, I would start looking for my strategy, or I'd start setting up my charts the same way I set it up.
Now, if you didn't know, inside of my inner circle, you actually get to see how I implement all of this information inside of the markets every single day. You get to come and trade live with me every day. You have the opportunity to copy every single trade that I take in real time. You have the ability to ask me any questions because I will coach you one-on-one. Now, if that's interesting for you, I'll leave a link for my inner circle in the description of this video to help you get started implementing all of this information.
One of the main things you have to remember when it comes to backtesting is you want to backtest the same exact way that you actually would trade. Meaning you want to backtest the same pairs or the same instruments that you would actually trade in the live markets. You want to use the same strategies that you would actually use in the live markets. You want to be trading at the same time that you'd actually be looking at in the live markets. Like if you're backtesting what's happening at freaking 4 a.m. in the morning, knowing you're not going to be trading at 4 a.m. in the morning, that's just pointless. You want to be trading the time when you're actually going to be trading. Like for me personally, most of the time I'm trading from around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way up to about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I'm looking for setups, or that's if a setup happens during that window, I'll take it. That doesn't mean I'm kind of sitting there the entire time. So I know my time window of when I actually will trade. So when I'm back testing, I'm only looking at that time window. So let me run you through a quick example of kind of how I do this. Having the kill zone indicator on is cool because it allows us to see, okay, when does New York session start? And as I mentioned, that's really when I start trading. So most of the time I'll use that replay feature and just I'll click a random white line because that I know is the start of New York session. So click a random white line. Let's say we're doing the London low and the London high support or resistance strategy. So this is the London high right here. We'll mark that off. Right now, we don't have a London low as far as a support zone, but we can mark off the London low right here. And then I would mark it up the same way that I would mark it up in the live markets. And then what I would do is you can go down to whatever time frame you usually look for entries on and use these tools over here to fast forward. There's a couple tools. The select bar tool down here, that brings up that blue line that allows you to go back some more if you wanted to. Or you can press this play button, which will just automatically make the candlestick start playing. If you see here, it just automatically starts playing. Then you have this one right here, which just lets you skip forward one candlestick at a time, which is most of the time what I end up using, because as you see, using this fast forward button, it was kind of fast, and I literally missed the entry that I would have taken for the London high reversal strategy that we went over. But anyways, I'm just showing you guys. Then this 10x that you see here is simply how fast that play button will go. So I can move it to 1 and it'll go a lot slower. If you see here, I press play and now it's just doing one candlestick at a time. And then this right here, this is when you press this button, it'll jump to real time. Now I suggest for you to keep this. If you click the number right here, it might look different for you. I have it to auto select interval, meaning when I go to the 15-minute time frame, if I press skip, it's going to skip forward 15 minutes. If I'm on the 5-minute time frame, then I press skip forward, it's just going to skip forward one 5-minute candlestick. But if you don't have this auto selected on, it would not update automatically. It would do it based off of, let's say I'm on the hourly time frame. I can make it every time I press the skip button, it'll go forward a 10-minute candlestick. So you see, I won't see a new candlestick. It'll just show me the price action in each candlestick. I recommend having it on auto select interval. But let me rewind to another random time here so I don't know what's going on. Let's just go right here. And then let's do this analogy or this example as if I'm doing the London high and the London low strategy. So let me mark off my London high. Let's mark off my London low. And then let's go down to the 1-minute time frame because I know I'm looking for entries on the 1-minute time frame after it taps into my zones here. So right now, if we go to the 1-hour time frame, it's still in that zone. So if I fast forward here, I'm waiting to see, okay, at this point it's breaking through the high. But remember, with the strategy, I can wait for a break and retest. So let's just wait to see if we end up getting a retest. Let's just skip forward. Okay, so we did get price to retest here. And now we have to wait to see if we get an entry, because remember, for this strategy, we need price to then break a recent high. And right now, the recent high is up here. So I put an entry here, stop loss below here. And let's say if I do get that entry, I would target this high point over here. So let's just see if this ends up playing out. This is exactly how I backtest. And that would have been an entry. We just would have got entered into that. Let's fast forward. Let's put this faster. Boom. And this trade would have ended up winning. And I just keep doing this over and over and over again. So if that's the strategy I'm looking for, I'm literally backtesting the same exact way that I'd be trading live inside the markets. I traded it the same exact way. I waited for my retest of it. I took my entry right when it would have actually entered into it. Now keep in mind, I'm just using this drawing tool. I'm not actually entering into trades, but that's where the whole list that I have right here comes into play, because I shouldn't just take these trades and go on to the next trade. Once I take the trade, I should track the data on it so I can build data on that strategy when I'm backtesting. So I listed here for all of you guys, if you want to screenshot this or write this down, to be able to know what you should be tracking when you're backtesting. Every single time you take a trade, you should track, was this a winning trade? Was this a losing trade? Or was it a break-even trade, right? Also, did I win or did I lose the trade? Also, you want to track how many ticks you won on that trade, or you could track the risk to reward ratio. So for in this example, if we go back, for this trade we just took, the amount of ticks we won was 36 ticks. Or I could write, realistically, I do both. I'll write how many ticks it was, and I'll write the risk to reward ratio. So I'd write 36 ticks and 1.67 risk to reward ratio. So we want to track that. And then the next thing we want to track is what time of day it was. When did I actually take that trade? And then also what day. So this trade was actually taken on a Monday, and I took it, at around, I entered into the trade at around 8:18 in the morning. So I'd write all that down. And keep in mind, you could just write this down on in a notebook or on a notepad or on a spreadsheet. I have a lot of students that write it on spreadsheets. So that's something that you could do as well. But you just want to have it available for you. Then you also want to write, was it a buy or a sell? Meaning, did you enter for a buy or did you enter for a sell? The reason you want to track that is because you'd be surprised. There are a lot of traders that only buy or only look for buy setups no matter what. And there's also a lot of traders that only look for sell setups. Reason being is some people realize after having so much data that they're just better at seeing buy opportunities, or they're just better at seeing sell opportunities. So they'll just focus on that. But if they never track that, they would never know that. They would never know that they're better at buying or better at selling. Or they would never know that their best trading day is a Tuesday, or their best trading day is a Wednesday between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. or whatever that hour range is. That's why we need to track all these things. Now, I didn't mention here, but you need to track why you think you won or lost each trade. So like for this example, you could write a quick, it doesn't have to be super long. It could just be one sentence that's like, I think I won this trade because price was going up. We were in an uptrend all of London session. Then price broke above London session at New York, and it gave me a break and retest, and I entered into it. I believe that's why I won it. Or if I lost a trade, I could be like, I think I lost a trade because I entered too early. I didn't follow my entry criteria. My take profit was way too big, or my stop loss was way too tight. You would just write things like that. But you want to track that as well, because you might start seeing patterns. You might start seeing patterns that's like, okay, most of my losing trades is because I had too small of a stop loss. Or most of my winning trades is because I waited for this, this, and this to happen versus entering after just seeing this. So you want to track all that and compile all that data. And then after every single trading backtesting session, as y'all saw, I went through this one trade in 3 minutes, right? So I could literally, if I sit here for an hour, I can get 20, 30 trades in. If you sit here for 2 or 3 hours, you can get 100 trades in. And that's 100 reps of you practicing your one strategy and getting data on that one strategy. So now you can see how valuable backtesting actually is. And realistically, it can be very fun. I used to, when I first started off trading, I wouldn't say to do this, but when I first started off trading, I was obsessed with it. I was spending freaking 10, 11 hours a day backtesting. I'm talking about, it was so bad. There's only so far back that TradingView lets you go. I maxed it out on every single ticker. It was bad. It was when I closed my eyes, every single time I closed my eyes, I would see candlesticks. That's how much I was staring at the charts. Now, I don't suggest you doing that. That might have been a little bit overboard. But if you can get an hour or 2 hours in every single day, you'll just notice how fast you progress when it comes to understanding the charts, understanding the strategy, understanding and being able to spot these support zones or spot these HSS strategies or spot these squeeze setups or whatever it is that you are actually trading. So it's extremely important that you do put that time in to backtest. It's one of the most beneficial things you could do as a new trader to be able to start seeing results much faster. Now, this was all this replay or backtesting was done straight from TradingView charts. There is another platform that I like a little bit more than TradingView for backtesting if you have additional funds. It's called fxreplay.com. As you see here, it's called FX Replay. It's essentially works the exact same as far as the replay feature on here. If this will load, yeah, it essentially works the exact same as the replay feature on TradingView. So I'm not going to go over how to use their platform because it literally works the exact same. The charts look the exact same. But the thing I like about FX Replay is that it'll track a lot of the things for you. You can actually enter the trades as well. So it'll track your wins, your losses. It'll track how many ticks you won, what was your risk to reward ratio, what time you entered the trade. The only thing you'd have to manually put in is that whole sentence of why you think you won or lost each trade. And FX Replay actually lets you go much further back. Like you'll know, or you'll see if you put a lot of time into backtesting that you'll kind of get maxed out on TradingView as far as how far back you can go. Like if I go back here and go to the 1 minute time frame, you'll see the data point is unavailable, meaning it doesn't let you go that far back. But I'll be able to go that far back on FX Replay. So if you have additional funds, this is another cool platform. I'm not sponsored by them or nothing like that. It's just literally the platform that I use to backtest most of the time. But like I said, it literally works the same exact way as TradingView, how I just showed you guys with the replay feature, the select the bar, the play button, and the skip fast forward. So just keep that in mind as well.